I'm Drew Thomas, True Drew. This is some general information about my next project, You Are Here. The info in this video is inspired by a real-life conversation with people who are interested in this type of art, but didn't fully understand it yet. If that sounds like you, you'll dig this. You Are Here is coded art. It's called long-form generative art. What does this mean? Generative art is made with code. The art is created by running top to bottom through a block of code. If you can imagine, you start at the top and go through the code line by line, building the final artwork output as you go. But interestingly, there are random values in that code. So each time you get to the end, the output is a little different based on those random values. That's what generative art is. The art itself is technically made of code. When you view the art, it runs through that code in real time and renders whatever the code says. Generative art as a medium has been around since at least the 50s and kind of exploded in the 70s with computers, but blockchain generative art is the newer form and what's exploding today. More on blockchain art in a second. For now, back to the code. There's a technical aspect to the randomness of generative art. The randomness is seeded with a long string of letters and numbers called a hash. Seeding the randomness in code means it will create predictably random values. The values are random, but they're the same values every time for the same seed. Change the seed, get different random values. So the artist creates a set of guidelines for the artwork in code, but the collector has a hand in the actual final output through the act of minting. This makes minting really fun, and it makes the collector essentially a collaborator. In that way, the collection as a whole is a single artwork, and each individual piece is also a unique piece of artwork, the one of one of X. In my case, for You Are Here, the art is a grid where each cell is either a circle, a line, or a shape. First, the code chooses a random color theme for the background and line color. Then it gets a random amount of grid cells. The total layers, the amount of times we redraw the grid, is also random. And there's randomness within each layer compared to other layers. And it goes on. Like all generative art on the blockchain, we start at the top of that code with a unique hash. We run down until we output the final artwork minted on the blockchain forever. So what is blockchain art? What do you actually get for your 0.0213 ETH? This artwork and long-form generative art in general is blockchain art. That means it's digital, it's publicly accessible, and anyone can interact with it. It's decentralized and can't be censored or changed, and it's permanent, it's forever. All digital art is different, but for this project, you can print it large and at high quality, but you have to get it printed yourself. You can also display it on screens in any aspect ratio. This is how digital art is being displayed in galleries, on screens rather than printed. Each piece in my collection is technically a token. It's not a file, but kind of like a file. With blockchain, anyone can verify who owns any token, and there can only be one owner per token. For You Are Here, all of the code to render each piece is stored on the blockchain. That means your artwork will be accessible forever. You Are Here opens for sale or for minting on December 13th at noon Eastern time. To buy it, you can get a crypto wallet, add ETH, and pay with either L1 ETH or L2 Arbitrum ETH, or you can purchase with a credit card. This payment optionality is a huge reason I chose the Prohibition platform for this project. If you pay with credit card, your artwork will be minted as a token to a wallet, but Prohibition will custody it for you. If you're interested in purchasing but have any questions at all, I'm more than happy to answer them and/or chat. Seriously, just reach out. There's nothing I'd love more than to bring someone new into the world of blockchain art. Mint site and more information at youarehere.truedrew.art.